Hey guys, so I'm going to show you a Lucas Lepre style knee cut pass. All right, one of my favorite passes. Lucas was my teacher for about 4 years. He put my black belt on when I got my black belt, this is one of the moves that I use a lot. And I like it because there's a lot of details to it, and if you put those details together nicely, it works really well. All right, so I'm going to show it. All right, so let's just move over here a little bit so you can see. So we're going to start out with Dino just on all fours, all 4 points. All right, so he's going to put his 2 feet, and that's where Dino wants to be. All right, just there, yeah. So he's got all 4 points. So I'm going to show it a couple times from a couple different angles, and then I'll break it down. Angle. All right, so I'm going to break this down into 3 parts. All right, first part is he's got four pieces on him, right? He's got his 2 legs and his 2 hands. I want to remove those pieces first. And then I want to stay safe in the guard. From there, I'm going to pass his knees. And then after, I'm going to pass his hands. So, first feet, second knees, third hands. You break it down into that. All right, so first, Dino's got his pieces on here. So, let's deal with this guy first. I'm going to grab this hand here, and I'm going to put it right on the ankle. Now, if I just push this down, he could keep some tension. So I'm going to step away. That step is going to take off the tension on the foot, because that's what he wants. He wants to push-pull, right? He wants to keep the tension. All right? So I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on the front of the shin. I'm going to step back. From here, I'm going to come over. Now I have this leg in between. All right? And that leg in between, as I'm pushing down, is now taking away a big part of his guard game. But I have this one now. I have this one over here. Let's move back just a little bit. There you go. Shrimp it up, Dean. All right, so I got this one. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to grip. I'm going to grip the collar and turn. But he still has this. As I crouch down, that gets a little harder for him to keep on there as I crouch down. So I could do one of 2 things. I could just move it with my elbow, just pushing with my elbow. All right, so I can just push it here with my elbow and kind of push with my knee and get that out. All right, if that doesn't work, I can come across with this hand here, and I can push this off, and that's always going to work here. But if I can just take it off without letting go here, it's going to be better for me. I can kind of just push it off. Now, I've gotten past his knees. That's the first piece. All right, so let's come back. All right, and let's just work this little piece here where he's got his 2 feet on there. I'm going to take this one away by pushing down, stepping back, and coming over. I'm going to take this one by pushing out, bending down, or pushing across. And now we're in this nice little position here where he can't really do a lot to me here because I'm blocking his feet from being on the hips. All right? So that's what I call a nice little safeguard position. By taking this, which is very bad for me, and moving over into this. I have one knee on the outside, one knee in the middle, and he's on the outside of the middle. Now this whole game now is to make sure that he does not recover his feet onto my hips. So look, he just recovered the feet on the hips, so I'm gonna pull back, jump over, push this off, and come back. He's gonna put his foot back on the hips. No, he's not. Why? Because I'm gonna keep this elbow tight near my hip, and I'm not letting him put it back. So if he gets it back, I can push it back off. If he gets it back on, I can push it out with my elbow. And I keep playing that game. If he gets that on, I'm gonna step away, come back over, push this. Now I'm in this nice little position where he doesn't have a lot of a guard game here. All right, so that's position one of the knee cut. Let's go with your partners and let's practice it. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, so now we got position one. Let's do position two of this knee cut, okay? Yeah, let's do it from this angle right here. So position one is all about fighting off the feet. So we did position one nicely. We came over, all right, came in and took this off here. Now we're gonna go into position two. So I wanna make sure that this grip here is really important. I don't want you just grabbing the grip. Let's move over just a little bit. So I want you to grab onto the grip and I want you to turn it. See what happens when I grab and I turn? When I just grab, there's a lot of slack. But if I grab and I turn, look at my elbow come in. I'm able to now control the upper body here. This hand that's gonna go on his ankle is gonna come down and I'm gonna get the same grip that you get like on that he has. I'm gonna turn the pants. I'm gonna get this grip here that's really hard because I can push with this grip. So now I have a pull and a push, all right? And as you do this, sometimes this foot creeps back on the hip over here. So you can just take that off. You don't want that foot on the hip. So you make sure you stay small in here. If he tries to put it back on, block. All right, now I've got this pull and I've got this push. And as long as I can keep this knee trapped between here, it's gonna be hard for him to do anything. If he's able to pull that out and put it back here, I have to push this in again here, all right? So position two, once I set this up, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick him up here, all right? I'm gonna pick him up. Here, could you let go of that? Here, I'm gonna pick him up and I'm gonna turn him. I'm gonna cut my knee down here. Cut my knee down. There's a little triangle right here. All right, I'm gonna cut my knee into that triangle. Notice my hips are up. I'm not super down here. My hips are up. So let's see that again here. I'm gonna pick him up and I'm gonna turn as I put this through. Turn and cut. So my upper body's up, this is down, and this is in, and I'm turned. And so my goal is to get this knee onto the mat here. All right, let's see it this way. So we're gonna pick up, turn, and the knee cut comes in. All right, so get the knee in the mat. You guys see this little triangle here? All right, inside that triangle. All right, and now I've got position two. All set. One more here. Let's turn and down. It kind of flows nicely. So now you're here. I still got this grip. All right. Try it out. All right, 1, 2, 3. Make sure you guys get that rotation of a turn. All right, so we got position one to beat the feet, position two to beat the knees, position three now we're gonna beat the upper body. All right, so let's come over here, Dean. So we did our position 1. Boom, boom. Come in here. Let's take this off the other side. Position 2. We pulled him up. Bring this leg through, and I turn. So I start at 12 o'clock. I end at 11:45. So now I'm up. Notice I'm not real deep here. I'm up. So position 3. Now he's gonna fight so I don't come down there. So first thing, in this order, I'm gonna grab behind his elbow and I'm gonna pull this up. I'm doing this as I'm pushing down on his chest. Okay? All right, I'm pushing this up. What that's gonna do here is gonna enable me to come inside here. And now he can't push against me. All right? If I grab inside here, he can push against my chest. See that? Because he has all this movement. If I grab here and put my shoulder in, he tries to push against my chest and I hide. Second thing, I'm gonna now own this underhook on the far side with an open flat hand. Third thing is I'm gonna take my head underneath his chin. And now I am just gonna breathe and relax. Make sure he doesn't roll you on this far side, so keep your hand open. And now I just breathe and I slowly cut this foot. Don't be in a rush to take it out. He's gonna jump, he's gonna try to push. Hide your head over here on this side. Don't put it on this side. You put it on this side, he's gonna push you off. Hide your head and get underneath his chin. And at some point, if you want, you can come deeper on this here. Now, nice and easy. You fall through. Like well done chicken off a bone.